Hey,
Hey,
we're on. We are live. I want to say happy Wellness Wednesday to everybody that's watching, as well as to you, Mr. Eli Speaks.
thank you, thank
My
you. Happy
name is
Wednesday.
Qadriyyah Marie. I'm the host of On the Queue with Qadriyyah Marie. On the Queue with Qadriyyah Marie is the podcast platform for On the Queue Productions. On the Queue Productions is a premier media production company whose goal is to educate and inspire the urban community on personal health, wellness, and fitness. So that brings me to tonight's guest. Would you like to just briefly introduce yourself to the live audience for On the Queue with Qadriyyah Marie?
I guess. Well, first, thank you for having me. Right. Um,
Yes, thank you for coming on.
you've had anybody else in the world, but you had me. So,
Yes.
my name is Elijah Glenn. I go by Elijah, or Eli Speaks. Eli Speaks is my motivational speaking moniker. Um, I've been doing this for, let's see, it's been well over about 15 years. But my
Wow.
company just really taking it more serious just because I had a friend that told me because I was doing this different types of things, the community stuff, just out of the love of it. Um,
Right.
so it took some of my friends and definitely one from out of Boston who told me, "Hey, you're doing a lot of great things. You need to like make a YouTube channel. You gotta
Mhm.
do different things." And I'm like, "Well, I don't really do it for the attention. I don't do it for the attention at all. I do it because I love to do it." Like, well, you'll be able to help and reach more people if you do
Right.
it, if you make use other platforms, things of that nature. So um I took some time and decided to start doing it, and then I made it an official business. What has been about 2 3 years now.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
it's been growing, and as you see, I got into my apparel and everything, and apparel has been doing very well. So
Right.
that's briefly all about it. I've traveled a bit.
Mhm.
This pandemic hurt in some ways, not being able to
Right.
travel. And this is normally the spring is normally about the time when I'm the most busiest when it comes to being booked at different venues and schools and churches and all this different stuff to either just do motivational speaking or workshops. So
Oh, okay. Yes, I want to actually get into that because I know you're really big into that now that you brought up, the different events that you're used to doing during this time of year. So just give us brief background on how you got started into, motivational speaking. What inspired you to get into that? Was it an event or was it accumulation of different things?
I think it's really I got through in the fire really because I was already through working with youth and doing different things in my community and in some other communities. I
Hmm.
just had to step up and lead in different ways. So,
Right.
doing things as a kid, and whether it's sports and all that, and leading teams, or um, it just really just all, and then it's like in my blood from my family. My grandmother, she's been working, doing stuff for community all our lives, and before I was even born.
Hmm.
So it just really a combination of her, a combination of just different events of being thrown into places of or positions of leadership. If I didn't automatically then just step up, and I was just doing it without even knowing I was doing it. Like whether I got to
Wow.
speak at different classes or um, asked to lead different events, it was just I was doing it.
And it's weird to think about because you and I probably met through one of your events, more than likely, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think which one it
I'm
was.
trying to remember now.
I don't know if it was if it was before 24 hours a piece. I don't remember because there's been
Mm,
so many. It might have been one of my regular spoken word events or party. Yeah,
right.
definitely, probably one of my with Fraz, and you were with Fraz. Or no,
Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
phrase.
That's way. You're going back
Yeah,
now at
yeah, yeah,
least
yeah, yeah. It's been
seven,
back
eight
from I was
years.
doing
Yeah.
event planning and marketing promo, uh, and so like even in that, I had no choice but to step up, and I'm running events. Sometimes I had to host events, so it was
Right.
just it was just I had no choice. So it came naturally. Like, hey, it's no problem for me to lead.
Yeah, we definitely need more, Black male leadership. When you see that, you really want to, promote that and just let it be known what you're doing, because we really need that within our communities, and you've been doing it for a long time now. And
Yeah.
today, do you want to let the viewers know what you just announced today?
Oh,
online?
yeah. So it's been a culmination of maybe about 2 years of inquiring, right, about this position, right? About 2 years of really, well, a little over 2 years of inquiring about this position, and just from years of grooming. So as of officially yesterday, I accepted the role of being the head girls basketball coach, or varsity girls basketball coach.
Wow! Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
at
huge.
At the high school I work at, so it was just really, it was patience. It was a lot of patience. I took a lot of what I've learned over the years from some of the great coaches that I've had.
Right.
Some of my own experiences, and I've been coaching literally for officially since I was 18. But when I thought about it before taking on this position and I had my interview, I really thought about it. Like, I actually started my tenure of coaching or training when I was about 15 to 16, and I was helping a few of my female friends that wanted to play basketball. They came knocking on my door one night, like, hey, can you teach me how to play basketball? Literally, they're like elementary and I'm in high school. And I'm like, wow. Oh, okay. And I'm like, I really thought about, like, wow, I was a kid starting to help kids with their dreams of playing basketball.
Wow. Well, we have some comments here as well. Nicole Freeman, she said, yes, African American male leaders are definitely needed in the community. Aww. Yes, she said, congratulations, excellent way to pay it forward.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah. That's very important. I just wanted to share that because I'm seeing the comments come in. Yeah, we definitely need that. And I wanted you to just shout that out, what you accomplished, because that's very big.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited because this particular program, they haven't had a program for about 3 or more years, a girls program.
Wow,
so I'm literally getting to start a program. Well, this is my second program that I'll be starting from the ground up.
Right.
But I'm excited about it.
I'm excited for you too, because I could just see, just even by your post, how excited you are. And when you're passionate about something, it only carries over to everyone else. And you seem like you're really, passionate about sports. And I love basketball, by the way. Okay. I haven't played in a long time now, but
so that means you're gonna come to the games then, huh? You're gonna come to a couple of my games.
I'm gonna definitely come out. I ain't gonna be able to play against them because I know they'll prop my behind up now. But
the support is fine.
But I'll come and support and watch, and because this, girls basketball is something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when girls, and not to put down the boys, of course, but when girls are playing basketball, they're really into it. Like, that's, what I'm saying, that's their focus. They play to win. There is no, second or third. It's just like we came to win this. So
So with I noticed the difference between coaching both, right? Because I've coached both girls and boys. I've coached boys longer than I've coached girls. But the difference, and I had to take two different approaches, right? So with the boys, a lot of times they think that they know everything, right? They think that they know everything. Whether it's from watching basketball or playing video games, they believe that they know everything, right? And girls, a lot of times they understand that they don't know and they're just willing to learn. So with the boys, a lot of times I got to tear them down and build them up. And with girls, I could just build them up.
Wow.
So it's like two different approaches. They just totally understand, hey, coach, I don't know what I'm doing. No matter if they got some experience, they're still just open. Most of them, for the most times, are open just to learn. Right. Boys, most of them now, there are some that just, hey, I don't know, and I'm willing just to learn. So we just I just have to take those two different approaches a lot of times with working with both, the two different genders.
Yeah, I never knew that, and that's why you're a coach. Because that's something you won't know that until you have experience dealing with both.
Yeah, because if you just like say you just giving a team and you don't really pay much attention, but
Right.
just learning from coaching kids from little ones to big
Mhm.
ones and coaching even adults, and just knowing that from working with say even the elementary and the middle school level,
Right.
the boys they might come in and they're goofing off and it's let me try this. This is what I do in the video games and all these different things that they might see on
Right.
TV. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, 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 no. We're going to start and I focus on the fundamentals first. Make sure you master the fundamentals. Everything else is extra. And that's why when
Yeah.
you watch actually college
Right. Yeah.
basketball, when you watch college
Mm.
basketball,
Mhm.
and even some of the NBA, you notice, I mean, the difference in the genders games. Girls are so most
Mm.
times are fundamentally sound. So what they lack in athleticism,
Mm.
they make up for in how fundamentally sound they are. And where
Wow.
guys exceed what they can get over with the athleticism. So it's a
Mm.
difference.
There is a difference, and I'm a fan of college sports as well. Even though I haven't watched lately. I just you just life gets in the way and things, but I definitely enjoy watching college basketball, men and women.
Yeah, I usually like to I'll check them out. If I can't watch the game right then and there, I might go and maybe YouTube some games and just see, or
Right.
even
That's
like
true.
to see even in some of even the professional games, just to see certain plays I might want to learn, and
Right.
try to
Yeah.
institute, or just see okay like just because if you just love the game, you want to watch it. So it's just watching and seeing
Right.
different things like okay, and you pick up certain things like okay, maybe you want to try this, or I like the way this player did that, so maybe if I teach someone else, they'll be able to do it as well.
Mm. Yeah, that's very true. Now, what sports have you played growing up?
Oh, what
Yourself?
did I've done? I've
You're like, what?
basketball,
What
of
haven't
course.
I done?
Yeah, right. That's pretty much. I did basketball. I've
Mm-hmm.
done football. I've done cross country. I've done soccer. I've done a little
Wow.
wrestling. Um, what else did I do? A little bit of softball. A little bit like little
And
baseball.
that's
A
just
little
like almost
baseball stuff.
everything.
Yeah, like I did a little throughout my years. I've kind of tried a little bit of everything. Basketball is always my love, and with
Yeah.
football, I was actually really good in football too, but it was just too time consuming for me. Like
Mm.
even though literally it wasn't as many hours as I put in basketball, but after football, all I
Right.
really wanted to do was just maybe eat and shower after practice or after game. Basketball, I can go from maybe 2 or 3 practices a day.
Wow.
Same thing. Games, I might have multiple games a day, and don't may not feel as tired maybe. So it was always just maybe because it's the love of it.
Yeah, you gotta really have the love for any of those sports that you mentioned, or you're just gonna start and then and stop. Because I did a lot of that in high school. I
Uh,
started sports and then after a month I'm just like, no, this is not for me. So I went through different ones. I actually did basketball too,
okay.
briefly in high school, and then I don't know what's just I wasn't I don't know I think it was more mental than anything, where I
Okay.
wasn't preparing myself to be able, like you said, to go to the 2 or 3 practices and all that. But my mind is different now than I was, as a teenager. I guess I just wanted to do other things, but now looking back, I wish I did focus
Took
on that,
advantage.
because that discipline does carry over. All the people I know who were athletes and things back then, they're still kind of using what they learned from I'm saying from that time, and they carried it over into other areas of their life now. So sports and athletics is it's not just about playing the game.
And it's also the social aspects. I've made friends because
Mhm.
of playing and traveling that I've never would have met, and I've never would have
Mm,
still be friends to this day because
right.
of playing these different sports, especially basketball. I've traveled all over pretty much the East Coast playing basketball, um,
Right.
and a little bit of the Midwest. So it's been a great tool, and I mean you make lifelong friendships. You may I don't
Yeah.
know I know the kids are a little different these days than how I was. Like we can be friends off the court, but on the
Right.
court,
Oh, right.
on the court, it's war. But these kids, they just want to be friends on and off the court, and they don't really, go at each other too much for the most part. And they don't really have the same competitive genes that we had.
Right. So we have some more comments actually coming from YouTube. Is it Lapi? I don't want to mispronounce it. I'm sorry if I am.
I don't know.
He's saying hello. He's asking, can he come in vocal? No, unfortunately, not on this, but in the future, I'm gonna change it up so that we're able to have people come on as well. But we do have somebody you do know that's here.
I see him. What's going on, beloved?
Hey, Nachi, what's up? You said your nephew said you're so cool. That's right. You better let him know. This is the cool uncles show right here.
Yeah. Hey, Jizzle.
It's nice when you have family, support and stuff too. And I now that your brother came on, I see how you guys support each other too.
Yeah, when it comes to
it's nice to see that.
We work, like I was saying, how kids these days are like to be friends all the time. They don't really like to compete against each other too much. Now with us, it's always great to compete against each other. When it comes to like coaching wise, it's love, but it's also war. So before the game and before and after the games, we're friends. During, it might be like we're competitively coaching against each other, and it's all love. So it's we bring out the best in each other a lot of times when we're coaching against each other. Through all our times over the years, our games, no matter the level of the kids that we have, those games are like championship games every time. Like the amount of energy that's in the gyms or on the courts if we're outside, it's always like championship level games, how intense they are.
Right. Yeah, I definitely got to come out and watch. But you'll let me know all those details, especially now that things are opening up. I don't know how the season and stuff was, before everything started to loosen up.
Well, it was this year was definitely interesting. I was at another school. I was the assistant coach at another school, my old school. And this pandemic definitely hurt a lot of schools and a lot of teams. Just from the amount of kids that would normally come out and play, didn't play, whether their parents, whether it was their decision, just to be for safety wise for them. The way the season shaped up, you had to worry about this. It was kind of like such short notice and rushed in, how we kind of done it. Had to worry about injuries because normally you'll be getting kids conditioned beforehand. They didn't get a chance to do conditioning. So you got to worry about them getting hurt because if you're not in shape, you can get hurt. So you had a lot
I know.
you have a lot. Yeah, we had a lot of walls and we was able, luckily, and had maybe what we had 6, maybe 7 girls on my school that was able to, and we was able to make it through the season without anyone getting hurt for the most part, through a full season. Not anyone, got caught COVID or was exposed.
Right, so that's good.
It was definitely a different look. But I was happy that we were able to pull through and complete the season.
Right. Najee made a comment. He said, "I win all of those games." FYI.
Who doesn't? But we'll let him tell that lie.
You're not supposed to tattletale like that.
He's lying, but it's fine. It's fine. But this summer, since the world is opening up, and if everything works out with me being able to get enough girls, I'm going to try to put them in the summer league, and they'll probably be outside. So I'll definitely keep you posted if we're able to play in the summer league this summer.
Yeah, I hope so, because I know I'm pretty sure they weren't able to last year. So
no, it was a ghost town outside. The world all shut down.
Bad. Yeah,
they took down basketball courts. So
I remember that. Yeah, with the nets, they took the nets down, and I was like, "Oh, this is serious."
Forget the nets, they took the rims down. So even if anybody wanted to go play in the courts, you couldn't.
That was bad. When I saw them start to do that in the parks, I was like, okay, now this is something we know not to play with anymore.
Yeah, I was happy when the courts were put back up, and I was just seeing just tons of kids just like over at the court, the park near me. And just like, I mean, it was probably hundreds of kids. You see them walking in groups, going to play. I was so happy to see it. I'm always happy to see kids outside and just enjoying, just being outside and playing in the game and playing in the parks and playing in the courts. It's always enjoyable to see it.
Yeah, especially now, that it is summertime. This is the time you want to see people out. Everybody, kids and adults. I know I'm glad to be out. Because I couldn't take it too much. Being, you know what I'm saying? Like you and I we're used to, having events or hosting events and just not even doing that, just being around other people. Socializing and things. So
the only bad thing was for me, because I'm funny. Funny thing, I'm naturally an introvert, right? I don't mind being in the house. It's totally fine because I've traveled and done so much. But that's really for business. Me being out is most times for business. But I wasn't too bad with the separation. It was only just a separation away from really the kids, like not being able to be in school. And I feed off that great energy, the love that, we all show each other, checking on them, stopping in classrooms, seeing them in the hallways. So when we were totally away and totally remote, that was more of the bother. Like I don't get to see any of the babies. I don't get to see any of the kids. I don't get to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, or physically being able to check in. So that was more my issue. Outside of that, not being able to get haircuts. Hey, I grew a beard, full beard. I cut it down some more.
Yeah, you're trying to show out and stuff now.
Yeah, I had no choice. Barbershops were closed, so it was
closed, right? Yeah,
looking like Grizzly Adams out here. It was bad.
Nicole commented as well. She said these twins are something else. Yeah, they are. It's double trouble.
I tell you, where's the love?
Yeah. Hey MJ. So MJ is one of my avid followers. She's pretty much
hi MJ.
Every show that I have and stuff. So do you want to talk more about your education background? I know you touched on it briefly earlier.
My major is physical education. I've worked with youth for over half my life, so it's been literally 25 years. I've been working with youth, and that's in various capacities, whether it's nonprofits, for profits. I've been in the school system for the past 6 years. I work in it's been a full year and maybe a couple of weeks. I've worked in the residential world with those with youth and adults with behavioral and or developmental disabilities. That's my range when it comes to working with, and then of course community stuff. Politicians, done tons of countless community events. I can't even count all of them that I've done.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot.
And then,
a good bit.
And even throughout the pandemic, I was still going out feeding the less fortunate. Throughout this pandemic, I've given out probably well over 7,000 meals. Well over 7,000 meals throughout the pandemic. And even during the holiday season, was able to give gifts to families and shelters. So it's just literally been continuously giving back. And that's another way that I've got to get positive energy. As they say, the love language. My love language is acts of service. So able to do things for others and, just them to see that appreciation, that helped fuel me, helped keep me going throughout this pandemic. And education wise, with my company wise, Eli Speaks LLC, with this being, it's been about 3 years now, been officially 3 years, well over 3 years now. I've worked with hospitals, I've worked with school systems, I've worked with churches, and that's what doing either speaking, that's doing workshops. I work with different nonprofits, for profits, and planning on for this summer getting back to more traveling and doing some stuff with different organizations. Hopefully doing some with some NFL players in different states, doing some things locally. So just as the world opens up more, I'll be able to get back to the normalcy of what I would normally do.
Yeah. And I'm definitely glad, for you in that sense, because I know how much you love, like you said, doing the workshops and these different community events and getting to work with the youth. So, you get to continue that part of your life. And I'm looking forward to seeing everything that you do have coming up. Not to put pressure on you.
Oh no, it's fine.
But I already know you have some, things in the works and everything. But I just want you to share more about, your education background, because, viewers, even people who think they know you, they may not even be aware of, that side.
It's always
So
been
good to know.
my love has always been in education. So, being born and raised here in Newark, in North New Jersey, it's always since me and my brother, since we've graduated high school. It's like before we graduated, we were getting a scholarship from this particular organization, and we, my thing was like, hey, I'm going to give back,
Right.
because I've received so much love and energy from my city that I'm going to always give back. So it's been in different ways that I was able to give back. So I'm like, even the point of just even continue to still live here, even though I've stayed in other states. But living here in my city and giving back was important to me. And it is important to me to continue to do as much as I can while I still can, because I've gotten so much from my city. And I try to instill that into others.
Right.
Like, hey, even into my son, like, hey, doing community service, doing things, for others. Because you do that, it helps. And as they say, one hand wash the others, both hands wash the face. If I help you today, I might need you. You can help me tomorrow.
Right.
Because situations could switch at any given time. This pandemic showed us you can lose people. People have lost jobs. People have been, basically about to be transient or homeless or became. Anything can happen in a heartbeat. Right. So being, helping others and being able to look out for each other means a lot. And with some of my workshops, it's kind of geared on. I have a workshop called I can think of the name. I'm life navigation, right? Yes, it's so crazy.
Okay,
now. Life navigation. Life navigation. It doesn't matter the age group, whether it's teens or preteens or adults. I've done it with different age groups, and it's really just to set the framework to reach whatever goals that you want to reach. And it's just like that frame, that base way for you to reach them or attack them and reach them. And then I have building better bonds. Right? I have a workshop called Building Better Bonds because we, especially for parents, right? As parents or guardians, you believe that you know your child or your the kid that you're raising, and a lot of times you don't. You think that they understand and know the rules that you have set in your house, and they don't. So it's a bunch of activities to really improve, to first to learn about each other, and then to improve the relationship between you. So it's always a hit. I've had school systems, had different organizations ask me to do that workshops with them, and I frame it for whatever their needs. I tell them, hey, pick whatever suits your population, and we can go with that, and we can make it as long as you want, as short as you need, and go from there. And then there's other workshop is educating urban youth. So I've realized over the years,
wow, you have a lot of these workshops that I didn't even know you had these going on. So this is nice to know.
Because I don't do it like I said for the publicity. I do it, I do it for the love. So with educating urban youth, I've realized over the years, all these years of working in education and with, outside of work in education, you have a lot of people that want to work with, say, our youth from urban environments or that live in urban environments. And you can have the best intentions at heart, right? Like you can come in later. I want to teach in this school. I want to work in this urban environment. I want to do what I can. I want to do, right? You have the best intentions, right? But you didn't get in the experience before you got to working with these kids. And that's whether you want to do teaching, whether you want to residential facility, whether you're in like a incarceration facility, right? Or you're in a suburban area, and you just happen to work with. So realize you don't be ready, because I've seen it firsthand where people come in and a lot of our kids come with trauma for whatever the reasons, right? They come with trauma, and they have bad days like anyone else. So a kid might have a bad day, and you don't know how to assist them. And you might decide, like, you know what, I can't do this, right? And you might decide to quit. right? You didn't get an experience of working with our kids. You might have had the best intentions, and that particular kid had a bad day, and
Yeah.
it ruined it for you. Instead of looking at this as an opportunity to let me help this kid, let me get him the resources he or she needs, let
Right.
me, try to find ways to still educate him or just be there for him or her. So really that workshop is to guide them. And even so those some of these kids, and say your family, you moved up, right? Maybe say financially, or you happen to move and you're moving in an urban environment, or this kid is getting placed into a suburban environment. And a lot of times when our kids come and they live in these suburban environments and they come from urban environments, especially our kids of color, one bad situation or, something small gets blown up in these suburban environments. Then they may be getting called in with, school resource officers or whatever. And these kids getting locked up or going through that different trauma. That is something that was really, really small. And if you knew and if you were prepared, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have blown to that proportion. So really, that's what that workshop is for. Is for anyone that's working with kids that may come in contact with those from urban environments, preparing them of what to expect. So those are my three main workshops.
Yeah, they are definitely necessary because, like you said, people can have the best intentions, but if they're not prepared, and in a situation like that, more than likely will always, happen at some point. It can scare people off, but a person has to be willing to get the help if they can't do it by themselves.
It definitely happens. I know. I see a lot of times in education, right? When you get a lot of times you get teaching jobs, and you basically have a way it goes, have a length of time it takes for you to get the teaching job. You might just got the job, you get hired, you get thrown right in the fire. There's not much onboarding that happens, right? You might get you get found out email or so. You got the position. Find out whatever school. If try to get a school that pick you, and it's like you get thrown into the fire.
Right.
Here's a position. Here's your job. Teach. Instead of let's do some onboarding when these new employees come in. Let's train them. Let's get them prepared to work with our kids so they'll be able to do the best that they can, or realize maybe this is not the job for them. Right. Or maybe this is not the district for them. Or this maybe not be the company for you. So if you know that ahead of
instead of just giving up,
time, that'll stop turnover.
Yeah.
I mean, staff turnover.
Yeah, I hear a lot of that too. So we have some people commenting. Rizzo is on. He said, also job, my brother. What's up, Riz? My mom is also on. She said, hey, Quan, Elijah, good evening. And Q is on, my fellow Q. She said, good evening as well. Elijah, are you still there? I know you just broke up for a second.
Appreciate you.
I think he's still here with us, guys. I think he's just breaking up.
That's one of your normal people?
Yeah. Q and my mom, just Anita and Riz. So they just commented on.
Good evening.
Yeah, they're on, watching and stuff. So everybody who's tuning in now, this is Qadriyyah Marie, and I'm here with my guest Elijah Glenn.
I'm here. I see you going in slow-mo. I don't know why you're going.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You were breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's slow motion or what's going on.
Slow-mo.
And it's also a storm outside, at least where I am. I know it's a little stormy, so that could be doing a little something too. No, I still see you, but it is kind of slow motion happening. Guys, this is how it is when you're doing live shows. You gotta be prepared for everything. But we keep it going. We keep everything in motion forward.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know if that's the delay, but I heard you just now. So I see your mouth moving, but no words. Yeah.
Okay.
It might be a little delay, but I hear you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
See. Yeah, I can hear you, but I think it's like a second or two behind, or a few seconds.
Definitely, I
But
definitely see it.
Yeah.
But you're definitely in slow mo as well.
Usually my slow motion is when I'm, kickboxing. Yeah, it's probably the Wi-Fi. Like I said, the weather. That's probably it. But I know you're still here. Yeah, someone else commented said that there's a delay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So let's
Guys,
let's
let
see.
us
It's still
know, you
slow
guys
mo, but
watching.
we'll do
Yeah.
what we got to do.
Yeah, let us know. Letting us know and stuff. Elijah, you there?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a little short delay.
You can ask anything else, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I did want to talk to you, excuse me, about your apparel, Melanin Motivated. I definitely wanted to speak to you on that because you are wearing it tonight.
You can ask whatever you anything else, and we can just see how it goes with this signal. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the storm.
Right. So do you want to talk about your apparel? I don't know if you heard me. I do have it up on the screen, so you could just start talking about it. Guys, let me know if you can hear him. Elijah, they're saying that there's a delay and no sound.
I don't know what's happening.
I just heard you say you don't know what's happening, so I don't know how long ago that was.
I don't know. It seems like it was your screen was just buffering.
Yeah, yours is doing the same on my end. Nicole said you're going in and out.
Well, we always know. I mean,
yeah. Thank you again, you guys. MJ says it's a long delay. It's probably, like we said, the storm.
So I have 3 lines under my brand. There's of course Melanin Motivated, right? There's Melanin Motivated, and then there's Motivated Not Manipulated, and then there's Educator Bay.
Oh, okay. So, wow, I didn't even know about all of
those 3 lines that I've been pushing, and it's been doing well. I had my official release event for my line was April 25th of this year, and which is the day after my birthday. Yes. Oh man, did you? Hopefully, I know there's a delay, and that's more than a few seconds.
Yeah, I heard.
Let me know if you heard what I just said.
Yeah, I just heard the last thing you said. I was just giving it some time in case you were adding to it. I didn't want to say anything while you were still speaking.
All right, were you able to hear what I just said? Let me know.
Yeah, I heard
No,
you
this
just now. It's just a
signal is.
delay.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I can hear you, but
You can hear
they're
me
not
good?
able to hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just a delay.
Oh, so you didn't hear any of mine?
No, I heard what you mentioned regarding the 3 different lines. So we heard that. That was the last thing.
Were you were you were you able to hear anything about
Mhm.
my line?
Yes, we heard that. Someone else said they got captions on.
Were you able to hear anything about? Oh man.
Yeah, you're still buffering.
I don't know.
Um,
So were you able to hear
mhm.
my different lines? Were you able to hear the different lines?
Right, that was the last thing I heard you talk about.
Okay, I guess you were. It's just
Mhm.
a very long delay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk some about your weight loss journey? I saw you post about that as well. We'll just leave this up, guys.
So
Hopefully the
I'll just
delay will
explain
pass.
about the line, right? Of course, melanin motivated, and I am a African American man. I do have a lot of melanin in my skin that I love. And I'm motivated by.
Yeah, sorry everyone that we're having these technical problems. This happens sometimes during live shows
Oh, okay.
and storms.
So with melanin motivated, as I was saying. Oh, you did? You did? Testing? Testing? Nope. Yeah, this delay is serious.
Elijah, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. Okay. So
Okay.
with the melanin motivated. Oh, okay. You did. Okay. Okay, just making sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely delay.
Oh, that's dope.
Naja, you're able to hear me again?
It's a serious delay.
Yeah. I was asking you about your weight loss journey. If you wanted to briefly just talk about that, if you can hear me.
So I'm gonna wait until you hear everything, and then just tell you to ask questions. Any other questions you have, just so I can try to answer them within this delay. I can see
Yeah.
the sky is just getting darker.
Yeah. I wish you could hear me in real time.
Oh, so it wasn't even really. Yeah, it's really just been more of a healthy eating. I mean, healthy eating. Um, and my goal. Yeah, my goal over this year was just to reach me. I'm like, my comfortable weight is between 220 to 200. I didn't really want to get
Mm-hmm.
any smaller than that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Trying to get more active through this
Right.
pandemic has been much of a struggle. So just really eating better, and with eating better, just knowing my body,
Right.
I'm able to lose weight and I'm able to lose weight and pick up weight pretty easily.
Mm.
So all I had to do was just change what I eat, and that's what I've been doing.
Right. I just brought it up because I saw you post about being in the park.
Yeah, and then
So I wanted you to share
the
that.
pounds just they just come off. So I can like I've always I can feel like even though if you know your body, you know if you're losing weight or not or gaining weight. So I was just noticing and knowing that I was
Mm-hmm.
losing weight, even though I necessarily didn't see it. But if
Right.
I looked at pictures of myself,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that yes, I'm getting smaller,
Mm.
and it shows in my pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I mean that's really what it was. I started exercising a bit more,
Mm-hmm.
eating better, and I've reached my goal of being between 200 and 220.
Right.
Yes, I can hear you.
You can still hear me? I know you said you can hear me in real time.
I'm currently at 215 right now.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, so you slimming down.
God, it's a serious delay.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you about was to just share with us any upcoming events that you have. I know you have a few that you mentioned earlier, but anything that you have coming up this summer.
Wow. Yeah, I can hear you. Just waiting for you to catch
Oh,
up,
okay.
or waiting for you to hear everything that I say before
Mm-hmm.
I speak again.
Okay. All right, you guys, just give them a
Yeah, I
second
spoke
delay.
on it. I mean, yeah, I can hear you. That's a serious delay. So I guess I'll let you catch up to what I said.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a minute or so. See if I can catch up what you said. Yeah, it's definitely a long delay. I don't hear anything yet. Let's just see. Wait and see if I can hear you in a second or not. But again, the last thing I was asking was just for you to share any upcoming events. So that was the last thing that I was curious about for you to share with the viewers. Mm. Yeah, I wonder why I'm in slow motion. You're in slow motion as well, though, so we probably have the same thing happening. Okay, I guess it's gonna take a few minutes or so for it to catch up on my end. Elijah, do you have an on the Q tip you would like to share while I'm waiting? And you can also share how people can reach you as well.
So the park story is uh, one of my friends is a personal trainer, right? And I was supposed to. I told myself I'm gonna go back into the gym and get back to working out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she was about to get back to being a personal trainer again and doing her training things out in the park. So she
Mm-hmm.
convinced me because I had a headache because I was about to go to the gym because life kept getting in the way of me going back into the gym. So
Mm-hmm.
she was able to convince me to come out and do a session with her at a park. I mean, at the park. So that was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the delay is.
Yeah, it's still delayed.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh man, it sucks. Everything is slow motion. So I see you talking, but can't hear anything. But guys, right now we're having some technical problems. So
I'm working on. I
okay.
might do some like some painting sips. I'm gonna use a portion of the proceeds for scholarship for my no longer here former friend, well, friend,
Mm-hmm.
former coach and mentor Malik Jones. My goal is to start a scholarship, a yearly scholarship for at least two youth, and from here, from North New Jersey, that are in schools, maybe a male and a female, and
Mm-hmm.
give them a scholarship each year. Student athletes maybe do a certain GPA, and probably call it the Malik Jones hardest working scholarship. That's most likely what I'm gonna do, um, and we'll go from there.
Okay. It definitely sounds good. Wish I was able to hear it at the same time you were saying it. So we're definitely going to redo this last third of the interview because we had these long delay issues. I know Elijah can hear me in real time, but I'm not able to hear him until minutes later. So we're gonna try this again so you guys can have all the information. You guys can definitely reach out, check him out at elispeaks.org, and you can also email him at bookelispeaks
So that's mainly
at
what
gmail.com.
I'm thinking about doing is probably having some paint and sips events. Maybe maybe do some more pop up shops. I've been asked to be a part of different pop up shops with my apparel. So maybe go back out. I haven't done it since my release event on April 25th. Though I get constant invites to be a part of pop up shops at different events. Um, that's most likely what I'm gonna do.
Okay, anyone that can hear me, we're going to have a part 2 of this interview. So we're going to definitely give
Yes,
this another try because, only to be fair, I want him to be able to share everything that we
yeah. This
wanted to talk about
delay is
tonight, you
crazy.
guys.
I can hear you
So
in
we're going to
real
this time out.
time, but you can't hear me in real time.
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone who still is on watching us through this right here. So again, I'm going to let you guys know when I'm going to post this as well as doing the a part 2 of this. We're going to continue the conversation. So hope everyone have a blessed and lovely night, as well as to you, Elijah. And have a blessed evening, everyone. Again, I'm going to share everything as far as how to connect with him and also how to follow me as well. So we're both on social media, and I'm going to add all of that in the comments beneath the videos. So everyone, again, have a great and wonderful night.